What's good, y'all? This is another episode of Throwback Thursday. Last week I told you it was episode 40, but this is actually episode 40. I had to kind of correct myself. Last week was Fuel. I've been doing a lot of stuff with motorsports or something's got a wheel in it. You know, every video for like the last 3-4 weeks and had some kind of wheel in it, even if it was a skateboard wheel. Next week I'm gonna go to something different, like something got a ball in it. I don't know what kind of ball it's gonna be, but whatever it is, it's gonna have a ball in it. This is NASCAR '06. See how long ago it was? It was the Nextel Cup back then. Not quite as far back as when it was the Winston Cup Series. Ha. Y'all don't know about it. You might. But anyway, Jimmy Johnson is who I'm looking for. A lot of people don't like people when you win too much. And, of course, obviously, Jimmy wins a lot. Well, not so much this season. He's having a little bit of some struggles. Right now he's in the chase, but still having a little bit of some troubles, right? I follow NASCAR, but a little bit. I do. I watch. I write the previews up sometimes on Bleacher Report, and I do a lot of the recaps sometimes as well. So I follow, and so going into the last race of the Challenger round in the chase is the AAA 400. It's going to be at Dover International Speedway. And it's actually going to take place on my wedding anniversary. Bang! Yeah. So, check it out. I'm going to apologize to y'all in advance. And this is why. I cannot play these games, NASCAR games, to save my life. Do you understand me? I'm terrible at these NASCAR games. I'm gonna get a virtual DUI in a minute. Look at this. Look at this. Driving under the influence of too many pixels or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's terrible. Get off the grass, Jimmy. Jimmy, could you stay off the grass? Yes, get off the grass. So I'm back on the track, but I ain't doing well. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I was looking at these graphics, and I know 8 years ago and all that, right? But I'm looking ahead, like looking at the cars, because obviously there's a lot of cars ahead of me because look at what's going on. And I'm so far back, man, the cars, they look like just little blah, 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 blah. Just little colorful blah, 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 blah. Just so far ahead, you got, I don't know what's going on, but it's terrible. So, I mean, how many NASCAR fans do I have out here? I mean, I don't. I'll be honest. I know I probably don't have a lot of NASCAR fans on my, that are subscribers to me. But I wonder how many do I have? Joey Logano with that win last week, or with the win on Sunday, he moved. He's just 1 point behind Brad Keselowski for the lead in the, in the chase. So, I mean, both of them obviously have already, kind of punched their ticket to the next round. Into the contender round, because they won a race. If you had a win, then you go ahead and you can automatically move on. But I don't know, Jimmy is kind of, you gotta watch Jimmy though, because all of a sudden Jimmy's fourth and he's only 17 points behind in the chase. So you can't ever count him out, because he is Jimmy, and he, come on. But I don't know what I mean. Who I want to win, who I would love to see win a NASCAR championship, just to win the sprint, to win the Sprint Cup championship. And people, you're gonna be like, probably. But I would like to see Dale Jr. win. I would. I mean, a lot of people just think like he is just a walking example of nepotism because of, his father and everything. And a lot of people feel like he just inherited his father's fan base, and he probably did. But come on, man, it's his daddy. That's how, you know what I mean? How you think it's supposed to go? Really? So if a long time ago I didn't actually pay attention to NASCAR at all, but I worked with this lady. It wasn't that long ago, a few years ago. I worked with this lady. She's a big NASCAR fan. She loved Jimmy Johnson. I mean, loved Jimmy Johnson's dirty draws. You understand me? Love him. And I was talking to her. I was like, how did you get into this? I'm like, yeah, back in the day, I didn't really know anything about it. I didn't pay attention to it, so I hadn't really built up a respect for it, because even if you don't like it, once you learn about it, you look at this nasty dog. Why you hit me in the back like that? You didn't want me to get back in this race at all, homie. Just low down. No, before I mean, you should still. I mean, there's a lot of skill. There's a lot of teamwork. A lot of technicalities that go into this sport, and it's it's some people be high as a sport and you driving. Well, it's a lot of you got to be in good condition because you can't be too big to get in the car. Then the car is hot as I don't know what. So you in this car for hours, man, and in blazing heat, so it takes a toll on guys' bodies. Look at Jeff Gordon having all these back problems this year. Back messed up in Charlotte earlier in the season. His back, he says, I don't think my back's ever gonna be the same. So it's a sport, not conventional how a lot of people would think, but it's definitely a sport. But the lady told me, I was like, how do you get into this? And she was like, well, you kind of got to pick a driver. She was like, so that's the thing. Pick a driver just like you would pick a team. And, for whatever your reasoning is to pick this driver, pick this guy or this girl and just stick with them. And that's your rooting interest for the whatever. So I kind of couldn't. I was having a hard time picking somebody. I had picked Juan Pablo Montoya, but people were like, I didn't really know a lot about him, and I was like, the dude. I mean, I think the first race I watched, like, he had a really good showing, so I was like, okay, that's the guy. But then I was kind of like, it kind of started to come off like he was a little bit of a jerk, which a lot of people kind of validate that, but it's whatever. So then I was just kind of paying attention to Jimmy, and I was listening to how people were just hating on Jimmy, and they didn't have really any reason to hate on him except for he won too much. That was it. He didn't win this race at all, but you know what I'm saying. So I was just like, you know what? If I find somebody that's getting hated on for no reason, that's my guy. Give me the one that's getting hated on. Don't be out here hating on people just for nothing. So that was it, man. So I don't know if you thinking about getting into NASCAR, you might want to try that. That might be your bag. I don't know. At any rate, this was episode 40 of Throwback Thursday. Please like this video, even if you don't like NASCAR. Like it because you like me. Be nice or something. Thank you. Subscribe, follow. Peace.